How you doing, my man? Nice to meet you. Broadway Joel, voice of Dominican boxing.
Nice to meet you. I'm
Nice to
Carlos.
meet you. First of all, where you from? And what brought you into boxing?
Well, I'm from Springfield, Mass. I live here all my life, and what brought me into boxing was I got into a little trouble with the law, and I just wanted to change my life. So I kind of did this just to stay out of trouble, and probably like 2 or 3 days into it, I was like, oh, hell no, I want to try to fight. I want to try to do this,
Mhm.
and I just kept rolling with it.
How old are you currently?
Currently, I'm 28.
28. Okay, so you picking this up at a little older age than most. Uh, how do you feel like you belong in terms of when you in the gym, when you sparring these other guys, or maybe Rohan, Thomas Bloomfeld, Kurt Scooby? I know the guys over there. When you sparring and you in there, you feel like you on their level. You feel like or you feel like you still got some work to do to get there.
I'm gonna feel like I always got some work to do, no matter if I do my thing against anybody here or anybody else out there. I'm always feel like that, but I feel good. I do feel like I belong in this sport and I belong in the spot of where I am because people who've been doing this their whole life and they're considered the best, like some one of the best, if not some of the best in the world. I'm doing my thing with them. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's boxing, so some days they do their thing, other days you do your thing. But at the end of the day, I feel like I'm good work. I'm good work for anybody. I'll be a tough fight for anybody, and and I feel like I belong in this. You know, I don't know if I answered the question, but I definitely feel like I belong here, and I belong fighting with whoever people consider the best.
Like Jan Santana.
Yeah, we not we'll get to Jan Santana in a bit. Are you currently signed with a promoter or manager? And what's your current record? You 2-0?
I'm 15-0.
Oh, 15-0. Excuse me. So
Ranked
you're
ranked
15-0.
number 12. He's ranked number 12 out of WBA.
Okay. Are you signed with any manager or promoter or anything like that?
APA belt.
Yeah, I got a manager, Jonathan Ortiz. But he family to me, you know. I'd rather like I said, I'm new to this boxing, so I don't know nothing about nothing. And I would just I told him that I'd appreciate somebody that I know and that I could be in good cahoots with to run my career. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm not signing no promoter or nothing.
Okay. How'd you stumble in with Hector Bermudez? Hector Bermudez, renowned as one of the best trainers in boxing. Uh, you came to him with no boxing experience. It's
Yeah.
kind of like, how did you luck up into one of the best trainers?
Yeah, well, when I started boxing, uh, the guy that I first met, he he knew of Hector, and we ended up coming to train at this gym,
Hmm.
at, at Bermuda's gym. So, and that was like about 2 or 3 weeks into me boxing. So that's how I met him. You know, he told me he told the other coach to put me to spar against his son, because his son was like a professional and amateur and all that other
Hmm.
stuff. So he put me to spar, and then he was like, "Hold on, how old are you?" I told him my age. I told him a little bit about my background. He was like, "What you? Why would I try to go amateur or anything like that?" 'Cause I told him I wanted to fight, and I said, "Man, I was going based off the other guy, but
Hmm.
in a short period of time, I learned so much, not only about boxing but about life with Bermuda. So I ended up just I was a welder before, so I would come here before my like, I would go train before I go to work. Then I come home and I still get my 2 sessions in. And one of those sessions was with Bermudez, which was the boxing session.
Hmm.
And I was just learning and learning and learning, and I just stood here. You know what I mean?
Uh, so Hector brought up that you have a baseball background. What point did you get? How far did you get in your baseball career?
I tried out for the Phillies, and the Twins was there. and I think there was 3 other teams there, but I got invited to try out for the Phillies, and that tryout took place in New York. I was about 17, 18 years old, and I was playing with the Legion team around here, and I also took part of. I was on the USA team or USA trial run or something like that, but I was in North Carolina, and I forget what year it was, but I was there starting shortstop, second batter. Now I was pretty. Now I wasn't pretty nice. I was nice. I was really nice. And when I came back over here, something went wrong with because I had full scholarships offers and I couldn't obtain them because something that went wrong with a financial aid mistake, and I needed to pay back like 7,000 to the school I was currently going to. And at that time, I didn't know where I was gonna get that 7,000 from. So I just started doing what got me in trouble and working. And once I got to a point where I could pay that off, I was just like, whatever. So
Okay.
that just went to shit. Excuse my
Oh,
language.
no, you good, you good. Jose, you have any questions for Carlos?
Did you watch boxing before you started boxing?
Nah, not really. I mean, I would watch like somewhat of the big fights with the family when a Puerto Rican was involved, or any Hispanic, not just Puerto Rican. But other than that, nah, I ain't really watch. I ain't watch sports. Period.
Not even baseball?
Nah, I just like to play it. I was an actor. Guy.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. I'm definitely interested in your career. You never had an amateur fight, go straight into pros, training with Hector Bermudez, sparring. I've been to that gym, so I know the sparring is good. I'm very interested, man. Yo, listen, advice that I can give you is definitely listen to Hector. He's a very good trainer. Stay in shapes, stay out of trouble, and stay away from Jan Santana, man. These are solid advice that I'm giving you, man. Like I'm trying to look out for you because Hector's my man. So you his man. So by proxy, you my guy, man. Just stay away from Jan Santana, man. And I think you can have a long, illustrious career.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm ranked higher than him in the WBA already. So no disrespect to him. I think he's alright and all that, but we really want like the Nick Balls and the Angelo Leos and those type of guys where it's easy
Okay.
work and I'll get something from it, rather than being easy work and I don't get nothing from it. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to be the guy like that.
Okay, all right. I'm definitely loving the energy, and I honestly want to see if that fight does come about. I definitely want to see it down the line. And
Right.
you currently ranked in the WBA number 12. Number
Yeah.
12, I see. Okay, that's good. So whoever your manager is definitely putting you in position. Um, there's only 11 guys ahead of you, and I'm looking at the names ahead of you. These aren't names I can't see you getting in front of with a couple fights. None of these guys are killers. You got Shushu there, who I believe is fighting for a belt. Is he fighting for a belt or something or interim belt soon? So he should be out the way. So you could be moving up soon. I'm looking forward to your career. I appreciate you giving me your time, and definitely next time I'm in Springfield, I'll make sure to say hello.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right, my man.
Keep it up.
All right, do your thing. There we go, Hector. I appreciate you hooking me up. How high you think? How high are you on the kid? What do you think of his potential?
Man, I'm like elite level high on that right hand. That he did that
Really?
from a baby. He been pitching and throwing at the first base from shortstop, and that right hand is crazy. If Jan Santana get hit with that.
Jan Santana gonna be there July 26th, man. You better watch out talking like that. You better watch out.